Hi guys, welcome to Athx Liverpool. So today the question is, what is hybrid racing? We're going to show you what it is. We're going to give you a little taste of it on one side and then maybe show you a few things that you can incorporate into your training. Let's go. Got my heart, no. Hybrid racing, it's complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of different things happening. With the first exercise, it was a 1 rep max, shoulder to overhead. You could do it any way you wanted, push press, strict press, split jerk. I attempted a split jerk. It's not a movement that I practice. I don't do a lot of overhead work. I hit 95 kilograms on that. I hit that in the gym last week when I first found out I was going to be doing this. I thought, and I really expected to kind of hit the 100 today. It wasn't there. It just shows you've got to practice these things. You've got to do the work. I'm not disappointed with 95. That's, you know, for someone who doesn't do that, I'll take it. But interesting movements. And then the second movement was 10 rep max squats. I do a little bit of squats. I do some work moving into the box squats, and that's really for the power for your sleds when you're looking at something more like Hyrox. So that's really important for me to do. I found doing a full range of motion, high reps, so 10 reps, that really made a massive difference. I actually think there's a lot of transfer to that. I think that's going to be really useful for me to build into my training for Hyrox, for something a bit more like Deca. That was useful to do. So it was a learning curve for me. I really had no idea what I was going to hit. I done Strive just over a week ago, and legs have been pretty tired all week. I haven't trained for this event, so for this competition, my plan was to go in and kind of have a feel for it and get an idea of what I could hold and what I could hit. I had in my head, you know, that 90 to 100 kilograms just from the box squats that I've been doing, but they are different. That extra bit of depth, that extra bit of motion, and those higher rep ranges, it made the world of difference to me today, and I could really just feel it in the lower back. So probably a bit of technique work there. I know I hold a lot of tension in that back. Didn't quite go as well as I wanted that first event, but we live, we learn, we take some takeaways, and hopefully we can move that into my own bit more specific training for the sports that I'm going for. That was a lot of fun, and it was a tester. So the second workout was a 1K ski, a 2K row, and a 5K on the C2 bike, and that was coupled with a 5K run on the Assault runner. Wow. So you can split it however you want it between your partners. A lot of people are swapping and changing. I thought the transition might be the best if you lose time on the transition. We decided not to go for that. Obviously, me being a bit more of a runner, and Lewis was so strong on the eggs. That was my partner. So we decided just to go, right, just do it each. And if I finish in time, I can jump on and give him a quick hand on the C2 bike, which was the case in the end. I ended up running that in 18 minutes and 2 seconds. I'll be honest, not my best time for a 5K, but running on an Assault treadmill. I've ran on one once before, a couple of years ago in David Lloyd gym, and that was for like a 400 meter effort. So this is completely different. You do have to practice what you're gonna do. I think that's a massive takeaway. A lot of people, especially training for Hyrox, don't necessarily do the movements. So like burpee, broad jumps, and hit the standards. It's like learn those standards for those events, practice them, because even the difference of I do a lot of running and then running on an assault runner, completely different. 18:02 for me isn't particularly a good 5K. But I worked hard. I was happy with it. I was the first one off the treadmill. I think we done pretty well in that event overall. So, you know, play into your strengths. Know that I wasn't going to do particularly great on the squats. Lean into it. Know what you can do, and then really put the work in where you know you can hopefully get some more points up the leaderboard. But it's about enjoying it. It's about knowing that you're capable of doing both. And yeah, it was a tough event. The Assault runner really took the hamstrings out of the game. Lewis smashed the eggs. I managed to get off, jump on the C2 bike for a little bit at the end, and we seemed to do well. We finished workout 2, and you get a nice little break in between workout 2 and workout 3. Obviously, you just gassed yourself out on an endurance workout, and it was quite nice with the gap in between. They actually had massages going on in Athx, which was just there for anyone to use during the event. So I've been struggling with my back for could be 6 months now. There was a video on it quite a while ago. leading up to the World Championships. And since then, it has never quite been right, and I'm constantly trying to work on it, trying to protect it. But those squats today gave me a little bit of extra trouble there. So I've done the 5K, and one of the lads took a look at the back, massaged it out a little bit. It's still really tender, really quite sore, but the recovery zone was fantastic to be able to have that. It was nice to be able to get in and get someone to quickly give it a quick look, keep me in the game a little bit, keep me in the fight. So that was a great thing for Athx to have, and it was a really good event. So left the recovery zone, back still throbbing a little bit. We were a little bit caught short. We didn't realise it was we were going quite as quick as we were. We thought we had a bit longer. But the first movement to that was a heavy sandbag carry. I mean, it wasn't that heavy, it was 40 kilograms, but it felt a lot heavier at this point of the day. So I grabbed the sandbag, 40 meters, I think it was, back and forth, just carrying. You had to have it out front, you couldn't have it on the shoulder, and that was brutal. So it was that. We had some thrusters, kettlebell thrusters, we had some burpee box jumps, we had low sandbag carries. There was lots of different movements that were really tough, but this is a little bit more CrossFit-y. I found today that Athx had really closed that gap between hybrid functional training and so something like it was the crossover between CrossFit and Hyrox. It was like the thing in between. It was a really nice way for people who like CrossFit, who maybe have been tempted by something like a Hyrox, to dip the toe in the water. It still had a lot of CrossFit elements for people to like that functional movement at the end, with the thrusters and the snatch. Like they had all those kind of movements, the squats, some big lads throwing up some big numbers, but it still had that endurance work. So it really tested you across the board. I don't know how we got on in that. We seem to be near the front, but today wasn't about that. It was about testing myself in different movements, testing myself in different ways, and just seeing that the hybrid training approach that I put into place is paying off. And I think that's something that you can test yourself with by jumping into these events. You always work a little bit harder by doing these events, and coming in, trying different movements, seeing if you're actually functionally fit across a wide spectrum of movements is always a fantastic way to find some weaknesses to go away and keep chipping away at. I hope you've enjoyed watching this today. Any questions? Drop them in the comments, and like, subscribe. We'll go on to the next one.